my fellow nerds. How you guys doing today? Alright, so today we're going to talk about the... currently I'm in Michigan. And I got a guy back here, backing up next to me, so that's what you're seeing there in the window. So today we are going to talk about the third book of the Dresden Files. Like I said, this has been a really great series. It's been an excellent listen to. James Marsters is absolutely killing it as the narrator. Really loving it. In this book, takes place, I want to say about almost a year after Full Moon. Oh, by the way, did I say the title? Grave Peril is the title of this one. So I'm really loving, like, the puns of the names, you know. So in this book, when it opens up, you're introduced to Michael, I think his name is Michael Carpenter, or something like that. Either way, he actually is a carpenter, apparently. He is a devout man, and he's actually described as a good man. That's kind of his deal, like, and his belief and, you know, just his general goodness gives him a power. So he's a sword wielding man. He's a Knights of the Cross. Apparently, he wields a sword called I want to say Amaracus. I don't actually know what the power this sword actually has, but supposedly the cross hilt is made from the one of the nails that nailed Christ to the cross. It's a very powerful. It's a very powerful sword. It's a very powerful weapon against forces of evil. So yeah, and this is a really good book. Like I said before, I'm not a big fan of big time jumps, but so far the Dresden Files has been handling it really well. I'm not. It's not. So far, it hasn't really brought anything from like a short story or a novella or anything like that. So hopefully this kind of sticks with itself, you know, because that would just be really nice for me. So, book opens up, and you learn that the ghosts of Chicago are acting up, and like there's a lot of activity. And Harry and Michael have just been busy for the last couple weeks trying to keep everything under control. So, when the book opens up, they're dealing with that, and basically they end up having to go to the Never Never, and you finally get to meet Harry's godmother. I forget what her name is, but yeah, she's a prominent figure in this book. So you finally get to kind of learn the deal about this. You learn a little bit more about Harry's mother in this book, and so yeah. So far, it's really I've said probably several times at this point. This is a really good story. Try not to give too much away. Basically, they're trying to figure out why these ghosts are behaving the way they are, and they kind of do this thing where they have a Chekhov's gun, where they talk about a case that they solved before the events of this book, and so they bring that up, and the events of that book kind of dictate a lot of the events in this book. So they did a really great job of bringing this up, and then you kind of forget about it a little bit, and then they bring that back into the story. So they did a really good job with that. Then let's see. There's some fallout from the previous, from Full Moon, the previous book, that they're still dealing with. Which, if it's been a year, like I don't know, like shouldn't the fallout have already like come and gone already? But I guess not. And then let's see. Harry is kind of also dealing with his relationship with Susan. And, yeah, that, not sure how I feel about how the relationship goes by the end of the book, you know. I'm trying not to spoil anything here. So, Harry's kind of got a lot on his plate while it's going on. Probably my biggest complaint is, like I've said before, the author likes to do this thing where he tries to keep Harry going a 1,000 miles an hour to keep him too busy to really stop and think about things. But there are several times in this book where Harry has time to think about things, you know. But for some reason, it just seems like he just doesn't. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on with that. Because it just seems like there's several points where Harry has the time to stop and think about things. Like he's not really moving around. So, oh my back. Yeah, I've been sitting here for a while. I'm waiting for a load to get done. So, my back is. So I've been kind of just slouching over, waiting. But so yeah. I'm trying to think. I really like the character of Michael. He doesn't. He's not a paragon. I will say that he is a paragon, but at the same time, he also doesn't strike me as. He also, I don't know. Like maybe he is a paragon. I'm just not able to recognize like the full paragonness of him. But I do say he doesn't really strike me as I don't know, maybe it's because he's just so human or something, I don't know, but he just doesn't strike me as a paragon, but he is a paragon at the same time, he does, throughout the entire book, he is constantly saying that, he's constantly saying that it's the right thing to do, so, I don't know, it's kind of tough, but, you also learn a bit more about vampire politics in this book, so that's interesting. He does have to deal with Bianca. Trying not to spoil anything there. And there's some really great displays of power that honestly I think would really translate well to maybe a TV show. Apparently the Dresden Files was a TV show at one point, and from people I've talked to online about it, apparently they hated it because they just obliterated the source material. So anyway, trying to think. I mean, as far as I know, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it that I want to talk about. So he's trying to deal with the ghost, trying to deal with his relationship with Susan, trying to deal with fallout of a previous case, trying to deal with fallout of Full Moon, trying to deal with all these different things. And Marcone, or is it Marconi? I think it's Marcone. Makes another appearance. He's kind of growing on me. If I was ever to be a villain, he's the kind of villain I would want to be, because he's calm and collected. He doesn't really seem like evil for the sake of evil or anything like that. He's evil with a purpose, So I really just kind of enjoy that. I had a side note I was going to talk about. I forget what it was. There was just, I mentioned something, and then I was going to be like, oh, side note, this is kind of a thing. But now I can't think of what it was. Shame on me. But one of the reasons I actually started reading, I kind of thought of another, little side note, but Marcone was actually one of the reasons I started reading this series, because on one of the Facebook groups I follow, Fans of Urban Fantasy, there's a Tumblr post that makes the rounds every once in a while. And it's basically talking about how, story idea, a evil warlord finds a girl who has been abused in the forest and decides to take her in and raise her as his own. Short time later, it's found out that she's the daughter of the neighboring king, and he wants her back or they go to war, only to find out that it was the king who was abusing her. Should the evil warlord give her up or go to war with the possibly more powerful kingdom? And there's a picture beneath that of Cusco from Emperor's New Groove, where he's like, bring it on. It's that part where they're about to go over the waterfall, and Cusco's like, bring it on. So yeah, that's actually kind of what got me into this series. I haven't really seen that sense of honor yet from Marcone, so I'm kind of waiting for that. I'm waiting for that moment, when I just want to be like, oh, you good bastard, you. So, let's see. Harry's godmother is interesting. Evil, but interesting, I don't like. I'm not a big fan of the girlfriend. What's her name? I Susan. That's it. Susan. Not a big fan of the girlfriend in this book. Like in the previous book, she struck me as an ambitious, but an intelligent and ambitious person. In this book, she's ambitious, but an idiot. So, take that what you will. But anyway, so yeah, like I said, I don't really know if I've ever done a great job of like recommending these books, but you know, at this point I'm really just kind of doing these videos for me. I really just want to get these books out there. I want people to I just want people to be able to sit back and get some good reading material, and hopefully I can recommend these books enough that they give them a try. So anyway, I think that's going to be it. Hopefully they tell me my load's ready here in a little bit, because you know, I don't want to be sitting around here too long. But yeah, you guys be good, have fun. I will see you guys later, and yeah, I will. I'm watching a guy back up right next to me. It's always fun to watch people, you know, drive their semis around. So anyway, yeah, you guys be good, have fun. I will catch you guys later, and you guys know what to do. Have fun.